Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with the Pick Dawgz soccer crew, Goran, Kirk, and Jack, for a big slate of soccer games on Saturday, January 25th, guys. We have some outstanding matchups in the EPL. We have great games in Bundesliga. We have a couple of big ones in Serie A as well. LaLiga is also there, and French League One. All of these games are included in this video and in a few short videos that we have up on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel as well. So check them out, guys. Subscribe, hit that like button, and as usual, feel free to leave us a comment on any of these videos. As far as our best bets go, our premium picks, you can find them all up on the PickDawgz.com website, or you can simply click the links in the description of this video. That will get you straight up there where you can sign up and get our best bets for the day. Now, let's get this show on the road, guys. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest. Jack, Nottingham Forest is quite a heavy underdog here. And I would assume it has a lot to do with Bournemouth demolishing Newcastle last week 4-1 on the road. I think that's why they're such heavy favorites. But can we really write off Nottingham Forest in their current form?
You can if you want to lose money, in my opinion. Bournemouth, just way too many injuries coming into this game. They don't have the star striker. They don't have Senesi, who's been a pivotal part of their midfield. This is a spot where I am going nowhere near Bournemouth at plus 105, which is what they're sitting at literally right now. If you're giving me Nottingham Forest at plus 240 against a team like Bournemouth with this amount of injuries, I am taking it. Forget the double chance for me. Nottingham Forest are very capable of winning this game more in 1 and 3 times, which is what we need for profit here. So that's what I'm going to go with. Forest moneyline, please.
Yeah, I will take Forest on the double chance here. I will take the safety of the draw, I suppose, at minus 143. But I will for sure put half a unit on Forest on the money line as well. I definitely like them in this spot. Bournemouth undefeated in a while, Kirk, and I see you riding with the home team.
Of course. They had injuries last week. They destroyed the hottest team in the Prem in Newcastle. There's no reason they don't destroy Nottingham here, especially at home. I understand the price. This is just how these two teams are priced home and away. If Forest were at home, they'd probably be minus 115. But Bournemouth at home with the form they're in, I know Nottingham is in great form as well. Neither team has lost a game in their last 5 games. But Bournemouth at home, with the way they're playing, especially after that road win, I'm taking them at home. Easy.
Now for the next game, we have Brighton hosting Everton. Everton with a new head coach, they got a win last week, but Brighton is now on a 3-game winning streak, Kirk, and I know that Brighton is not your favorite team, so what do you like in this one?
Yeah. Everton double chance will probably be a premium at plus money. So there you go. Brighton sucks. I don't really care who they've beaten lately. Everton, they looked a little bit better. They scored 3 goals against Tottenham. Not that Tottenham can defend. They're like it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, trying to find a good defender for them. So I'm on both teams to score here at minus 124. I don't get why the line is like that. I don't see how Everton doesn't score in this game. Maybe Brighton doesn't score. Who knows? But I think both teams score.
Jack?
Yeah, just going with Brighton here, going with the home side. They're a decent home team, always have been. I don't think their recent form really reflects their ability. However, it is slightly concerning. That being said, their last game, they drew 1-1 to Arsenal, who were challenging for the title race at the time. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with Brighton at home here. I don't think Everton are still ready under Moyes. I think it's going to be maybe a few months until really things get going into next season. For Everton, it's all about staying up. So the way you stay up in the Premier League, if you're a relegation contender, it's secure at least a point on the road.
And that's what they'll
Yeah,
do.
I will also take Brighton on the money line here at minus 147. I think that they're playing just too well right now to not not to take them here at home at such a good price. Everton looked better against Tottenham. Yes, they had chances. They scored goals. They were defending well for about I want to say 45 minutes, a solid 45 minutes. but then they just lost focus and almost allowed Tottenham to come back. So I'm still not ready to put any money on Everton here. So I'm taking Brighton on the money line. Now Liverpool is hosting Ipswich. Do you think, Kirk, there's a scenario here where Ipswich could do something?
No.
All right. Anything else?
Well, my pick is both teams score equals no. So maybe I honestly don't know why I didn't take Jack's pick, to be completely honest with you. But I guess in case it is a 0-0 draw, I have that covered. So minus 140, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean Liverpool coming off of another win in the Champions League. They beat Lille 2-1. Uh, so I do like both of your picks, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna go with Liverpool -1 in the first half at -127. They're still at the top of the league. They need a win here to kind of stay there and keep their form going. And we all know that Liverpool at home is probably the best team in the world. They're playing so well, and I'm sure Jack can tell us how long they haven't lost at home.
Well, they lost to Forest at home this season. That's the only time they've lost.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 years prior
Before
to
that,
that. I think it was 2 years. Like to the day actually. Don't quote me on that. It's roughly that. Yeah. Like Kirk said, there's no way Liverpool do not score in this game. And this is essentially Kirk's pick with that logic, just with Liverpool money line on top. So Liverpool to nil, -120. Yeah, great value, I think.
in the next game, we have Southampton hosting Newcastle, and I see that I made a typo here. Newcastle is not plus 240, they're minus 240 favorites on the road. I've said a few weeks ago I'm never betting on Southampton again, and this is definitely going to be the case here. Southampton was pretty bad in their last game. They did not create enough chances. They did not look that well. Isak only had, I believe, one shot overall in that game, and it wasn't even a target. It was a blocked shot or something like that. But in this one, let's be honest, Southampton can defend. So I'm taking Newcastle team total over 2.5 goals at +120, Kirk.
Yeah, I'm on both teams scoring over 2.5. I think Southampton will be able to get on the score sheet here, especially after they conceded 4 times to Bournemouth. Just Newcastle probably going to win this game and score 2 or 3 goals, probably. But at the value, both teams are scoring over for 2.5, -134. I like it. I don't trust Newcastle. Also one of the teams I thought are a little bit too overrated by the books currently. So if Southampton grabs a point out of this one, I honestly wouldn't be shocked.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, the disappointing week for Newcastle last weekend. I think this is just the prime spot for them to go on the road, mentally reset, and get back to what the form he was on prior, which was scoring a ton of goals. Yeah, as you said, Isak. I don't know what happened. There was a lot of accusations thrown around, especially in the UK's betting scene, because there was a book, and I'm not going to give them the decency to mention the book's name, but there was a book who super boosted Isaac to get a shot on target in that game at +100, and over 100,000 people took the bet. And I don't even want to think about how much money was taken on that. And of course, as you said, didn't get one. Like way too public. I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah,
It's your type of bet.
well, I took it. I got fucking battered
Yeah,
on it. I got
you're a
absolutely
square.
destroyed
You're
on
a
it.
public square.
Oh, come on. That's rude now. Come on, Kirk. Let's not take the gloves off here. Let's keep it friendly, please. Look, I think Isaac, he comes back, he gets over, I've put over 1.5. I mean over 1.5 shots in the game at -120. I think is an incredible price. So yeah, I'm taking that for sure.
For the last pick in the EPL, we have Wolverhampton hosting Arsenal. We know that Wolves can definitely show up and score some goals. Arsenal coming off of a win against Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League. Kind of a result that we expected out of that game. They had a lot of corners, and I will stick with that here. We know that, yes, Wolves can score goals. They certainly can defend. And Arsenal is getting a lot of corners. They're getting a lot of set pieces and whatnot. So once again, I will take Arsenal over 6.5 corners at -112, Jack.
Yeah, this is a player prop I'm going with, but I will give a asterisk on it because it depends on the lineup. So if Wanyeri or Martinelli are not playing, well, if neither of them are playing, do not take this pick because it will be Rice who takes the corners. And I'm just looking at set pieces for Arsenal here. It's the only place I can really find value, and it's on this play. Rice, he gets a lot of headers or shots from the back post, and the amount of corners that Arsenal pick up every game gives this plenty of chances to hit. So I'm going with Rice over 0.5 shots on target as long as Martinelli or Wanyeri is playing, so they are on the corners and not Rice.
If you guys remembered all that, who has to play and who doesn't
Sorry,
have to play.
sorry. You have to do some hard work if you want to win placement.
What do you like in this one, Kirk?
As long as it's cloudy and there's 55 girls in the left side of the stadium who have a Noweri shirt on, this is my least favorite game of the 17 games we're talking about, to be honest. I'm on Wolves plus 1.5, -166. Wolves have been a very weird team, and Arsenal haven't looked that convincing as of late in the Premier League. They blew that 2-0 lead to the bum Villas. They're bums themselves, so Wolves plus 1.5, but my least favorite game on the slate here.
That's it for the EPL, everyone. Off to La Liga, where we have Mallorca and Betis playing in the first game of the day. Mallorca, solid home team. They lost pretty badly to Real Madrid last week, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't even show up. Well, Betis, I mean, they have been all over the place this season. Kirk, I believe there's a reason why they're plus 240 underdogs on the road.
Yeah, Mallorca, they're a good home team. Do I think they get all 3 points here? Probably not. Do I think they take an early lead like they took against Madrid? Maybe. I kind of want to do 2 free picks for this game. So I have Mallorca halftime draw full time plus 1,500. But I also want to do Betis halftime Mallorca or Betis halftime draw full time. It's like plus 1,600. I think this game is going to end in a draw, but I think one team will be ahead at halftime, and then they're just going to crawl their way in with a late draw, and then it's just going to be kind of a boring last 20, 15 minutes whenever that goal does fall. So I don't even think it's that crazy of a pick, to be honest, at the price. The price we're getting at is pretty insane.
Yeah, I was looking through the markets for this game, and then I got the cards, and I see over 3.5 cards at -119 for this game. I was like, yes, please. I mean, this is only 4 cards, guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 3 in the first half in this game. So I'm taking over 3.5 cards at -119, Jack.
Yeah, I'm going with a draw in this game. I think Mallorca, are they good enough to beat Betis in the long run? No. And Betis away form right now is not good enough for me to take them either. So, yeah, not much really to go with here. Unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry. Don't like the game. So I'm going with a ball draw down the middle. Could easily be 0-0 or 1-1. If I was living in the US, I would not be waking up at 7 a.m. to watch this.
I don't think anybody would. Sevilla and Espanyol. Sevilla quite solid favorites at home. They're actually now playing in a decent form. I think we could put some money on Espanyol when they're playing at home. However, when playing on Espanyol here, so as you can see, guys, all 3 of us are agreeing on Sevilla. -143, -165 for Kirk. So do your shopping, guys. Get the best possible price. And put this Sevilla bet in. They should get this one done quite comfortably. Valladolid and Real Madrid, guys. You two seem a bit hesitant to take Real Madrid in this game, Jack.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to. Midweek game, again, last weekend, a bit disappointing. And look, Valladolid are, again, this is another game where it's like the Valladolid bottom of the league. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't like this game. It's so hard to find value with Real's current form, in my opinion. One thing I do know is not a lot of goals are actually scored in the first half. Coming at you with a stat here, folks. And 6 of the last 7 head-to-heads between these two teams were 0-0 at half time. So if I'm getting under 1.5 in the first half at -150, I'll just ride that trend.
I mean, I would argue that Real Madrid's form is pretty good right now, Jack. They've scored 19 goals in their last 3 games, and they're playing against the worst team in the league right now. So I'm going the other way. I'm taking Real Madrid to win an over 2.5, -143. I might even stretch that to over 3.5. And I think that they're going to get another 3 points. It would be a shame if they dropped points when they're having like 7 point lead ahead of Barcelona right now. I would love nothing more, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's happening in this game, Kirk. Yeah, you can be your circle as much as you want, Kirk.
This is the squares play of the day, Goran. I'm so sorry.
If it makes money, doesn't matter.
It won't, because
You
this
just
is
go on. Just go
this.
on.
I wish there was a different shape for you, like like a pentagon. This is like a pentagon play, Goran. This is so pentagon. It's
I
insane.
don't know what's your play then if mine's Pentagon. Yours an octagon then.
Mine's sharp. I'm on the draw
Yeah,
here. I
no,
think it's a
no.
1-1-0-0 game here. Um, plus 500. It's insane value. I could even see 1-0 Valladolid here. This is a huge. I could.
Absolutely.
This is a huge trap spot, in my opinion. Last of the league. Valladolid actually decent at home, comparatively to on the road. This is a huge trap spot. Give me the draw plus 500. Easy.
Good luck to you with that one. Anyways, moving
Good
on to
luck to you,
Bundesliga.
Pentagon.
Yeah, thank you. Mainz and Stuttgart. Stuttgart playing in a really good form right now. We know that. We both had them on the team total. Kirk over 2.5. It hit nicely. Mainz has been a bit of a disappointment lately. Lost to Union Berlin 2-1. Lost to Leverkusen 1-0. What are your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, I think this is probably somewhere where Mainz at least get back on track and get a point. But to do that and keep up with Stuttgart, they're going to have to score. So instead of going sides, I'm just going to take the over 2.5 at -136. I could see a way where this is like a 1-0 Mainz game, but it's not very likely. So I'm going with over 2.5 at -136. I definitely think there's 3 goals in this one, especially with the form Stuttgart are in.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to team total once again. Stuttgart team total over 1.5 this time is plus 112, which is definitely lovely place plus money. They're scoring a lot right now, coming off of a Champions League win, stringing what 3 or 4 wins together. Mainz not really defending well right now, which I mean losing 2-1 to Union Berlin tells you a lot about this team at the moment. So Stuttgart team total over 1.5 for me, Jack.
Yeah, mine's. This is the first time since they hired Henriksen in February last year that they've lost back-to-back games in the league, which is a pretty good record. So, are they going to lose 3 straight? I mean, I guess you get people to argue, well, now's the time they're going to do it because eventually, the streak's been cracked, or you're going to get other people say, oh no, well, it can't happen. So I'm not taking any true side in this one. I think we're going to get goals. Not to mention the fact that also Mainz haven't beat Stuttgart in a very long time. Don't like sides in this one. I'm just taking the over here.
Dortmund and Werder, guys. Now, Dortmund, garbage right now. There's no doubt about it. They're just so bad defensively that it's funny to watch. However, they did fire Nuri Sahin as their head coach, and they are looking for a new head coach. And there have been a few candidates, Niko Kovac being one of them, Kirk, former Bayern Munich player, Bayern Munich coach, who won Bundesliga title with Bayern Munich. What was that, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Something like
And
that.
apparently, he is the main candidate for this team. If nothing else, he would get them back on track defensively, at least. What are your thoughts?
I thought Tuchel was the main candidate, to be honest.
He's the English national coach team.
No, not Tuchel. What's the dude that Marco Rosa? Someone. It's not going to be Kovac. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you he's not going to be the head coach of that team. Anyways, Dortmund are in shambles right now. Losing to Bologna, losing to my boys down in Holstein Kiel. I'm on Werder on the double chance here, plus 125. I don't care if they're home or away right now, Dortmund, to be honest. I get it's a good get right spot, but a plus 125 against a Werder team that is playing pretty well right now, I'm going to take that shot.
How are you looking at here, Jack?
Yeah, I think it was only a matter of time that Sahin got sacked. I remember talking about him at the start of the season. He's just not ready to be a manager yet. He's way too young. He's still inexperienced. Probably needs a lesser of a big team to sort of get things going. Same can be said, when Gary Neville went to Valencia, right? Good player, very experienced as a player. It's different when you're a manager. And actually, Eric Ten Hag is considered the favourite for
That's
Dortmund.
who it is. That's who it is.
He's
That's
plus
who it is.
150. I actually
Yeah.
don't mind it either. Plays attacking
That's who it
football.
is. That's who it is. Good job, Jack.
You're welcome. So yeah, I don't know. This is probably a really good spot to take Dortmund, but the price, don't think it's worth, in my opinion. I'm going with Gittins. I know Kirk loves him so much. He really does rate him, and I do too.
He's
And
filthy.
for him to get one shot on target in this game, it's minus 187. I know it's used, but the hit rate of this pick is crazy. So minus 187 is the play for me. And let's not forget, Werder absolutely screwed us last week. I've seen all the comments. They screwed everyone. So, yeah, Dortmund, do us a favor and really help us out, yeah?
No, that's why we hop on Werder. That's why we hop on Werder. I'm telling you.
Oh, no, we hopped on Werder last week against Augsburg at home. They got embarrassed, okay? I'm not taking there's no I mean Dortmund
You're
played
turning
3
from a
games in a row.
pentagon into a hexagon. You're just adding more
Oh,
shapes to
fuck
yourself.
off. Fuck off. I'm gonna mute you, okay? You don't make any sense. This is Dortmund all the way every day of the week. Minus 159. Might even take minus 1.5 if I'm being honest here. This is the first home game in weeks for them, and they will get back on the winning track. Even though they have an interim manager or whatever, I think the players will rise up, and I think that they will get a win against this horrible Werder team right now. So, Dortmund on the money line for me.
Dortmund have
Augsburg
been way
and
worse
Heidenheim.
lately. Dortmund have been way worse
New
lately.
manager, though, it is very different. How many times do you see it? I don't know. It's tough to judge. That's why I'm not taking sides.
That's why I love the sides. He's going to turn
Augsburg
into a
and
7
Heidenheim.
shape here. You're going to turn into a 7 shape figure here, Goran, with Augsburg, aren't you? Yep. Oh,
Just-
my God.
Just give us your pick so I can move on. You're exhausting
mean-
me today, Kurt. I'm gonna beat the crap out of you.
Buy a plane ticket. It'll be $1,000 brawl to get over here.
It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it.
But anyways, I'm on the draw here. Augsburg been playing out of their mind way too much. I think Heidenheim gets something out of this game. They got something out of their last game miraculously. So I think they finally starting to turn a corner, and I think these teams are pretty evenly matched, to be honest. So I'm taking the draw plus 250.
Jack,
Yeah, Goran, don't get riled up by Jake Paul over here. It's fine. He's just cosplaying Jake
Look
Paul
at how
on the
happy he
Humble
is with
League.
that joke. Look how happy he is with
It's
that
not my
joke.
joke, to be fair. It's the comments. I'll leave that one to the comments to laugh at and talk about. Wasn't my call. Look, Augsburg over 0.5 shots in the first. 0.5 shots. That would be a banker, wouldn't it? Over 0.5 goals in the first half in this game.
I rattled you so much, you think they can get a shot at minus 120.
I'm so rattled. You got it spot on. Heidenheim have conceded at least one before half-time in 7 of their 9 road games in the Bundesliga this season, so I'm going to keep riding that trend. Augsburg, not the best attacking team, but Heidenheim are certainly a worse defensive team on the road.
Freiburg and Bayern is the next
You didn't
game
say your
that
pick.
we have.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, Goran didn't.
Oh.
I did. It was done right out there in the graphics. We know Bayern got embarrassed against Feyenoord. 3-0. on their own in the Champions League. After like outscoring every team over the last couple of weeks in Bundesliga, they couldn't score a freaking goal against Feyenoord. And who was in the starting 11 on that defensive end, Kirk? Upamecano. I told you, put Eric Dyer in the starting 11. They would have won that game against Feyenoord. Now, let me ask you this. Bayern Munich's management fired Julian Nagelsmann when he was 8-0 in the Champions League, 4 points behind Leverkusen in Bundesliga. Do you think company is in trouble here?
Um, I don't think he's the right man for the job. But that being said, I I I don't even know where I was going, to be honest. Yeah, he's not the right man for the job. Feyenoord, I had them on the double chance. I mean, I just know the spots. I'm the hottest man in the world right now. I just know. I just know. It's like Goran with his U16 fixed games over in Montenegro. He just knows what's gonna happen. Anyways, in this game, I'm on both teams scoring over 2.5 at -125. I do think Bayern comes out with the win, but it, it's just tough because last game they should have scored so many times. They had 32 shots, but it just wasn't their game. It was like that Celtic Barcelona game like years back or something where like it was like 40 chances to 1, 88 possession to 12. Kind of similar, not to that extent, but I think Bayern get back on track here. But just to be safe, I'm going both teams scoring over 2.5 at -125.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a pick that I actually never had. Bayern seem to be heating up more in the second half lately than in the first half. They don't really start fast. And after the, I want to say, embarrassing performance Freiburg had against Stuttgart last week, where they haven't had a single shot on target, I expect them to step it up a little bit defensively, but I still think that Bayern is going to come out very strong in the second half. So over 2.5 goals in the second half from either team, by the way. It's plus 190 right now. So that's going to be my pick for this one, Jack.
I like it. You're back down to a hectagon. I like it. You're moving the right way.
Taking the same pick as as I took for Bayern in the final game. So I'm taking Bayern, both teams to score. Bayern are not good defensively. Freiburg, they can attack, and they're at home. So I definitely could see them getting on the scoreboard. But Bayern, they're just a different team, you know. So yeah, Bayern to win, both teams to score, plus 160. I think is a good enough price to take.
The last game in Bundesliga is between Gladbach and Bochum. Kirk, I think you're the square in this one.
No, Gladbach you can take
Yeah.
at home. You can't take them on the road. That's what I've said all year. You can take them at home. You can't take them on the road. This price at home against Bochum, Bochum score, yes, sure. This is like a 3-1 Gladbach win. This is going to be an easy win. I'm telling you, this is going to be a no sweat, premium style Kirk Stewart type of win.
Bochum hasn't won any of their Gladbach hasn't won any of their last two home games, Kirk. They haven't won any of their last two Bundesliga home games in a row, and they are now on a three-game losing streak. I don't know why would you side with the Gladbach. Yeah, they might win this game, but I honestly don't think it's worth it at the price you're getting them at. So personally, I'd rather take goals in this one. Over 2.5, -164, Jack. That's gonna be my pick here.
Yeah, I'm
Who
just
did they
taking both
play at
teams.
home in the last two games? It definitely wasn't Bochum.
No, but still, form matters. I mean, like,
Yeah,
fine, they might bounce back.
if you're square, you're looking at form. So I'm looking at everything that runs in my beautiful brain, and that's how I got
Gonna square
Gladbach.
you up. Jack?
Yeah, I'm just getting extra value here, I guess. Both teams to score is pretty much the same price, Goran. In fact, I'm literally looking at a couple books now. Over 2.5 is -163. Both teams to score is -163. So yeah, I think Bochum they can score. Gladbach have been conceding very frequently at home at the moment. And Bochum, they have been showing that they can score. They just concede a lot more than they score. That's their issue. So both teams to score here. And this is probably one for a parlay or something like that.
It's going to be 3-0 Gladbach.
I mean, I'll give you double the odds on whatever you can. Whatever you can find. It isn't going to be 3-0. So if it's plus 800, I'll give you plus 1,600.
Just take Bochum on the double chance and let's keep it simple.
I thought it's 3-0.
Sure.
Moving on. This is a stupid bet. Okay, we're not doing
I
that.
agree.
Como and Atalanta matchup in Serie A. Como actually doing a decent job, Kirk, in Serie A right now. Coming off of a win against Udinese 4-1. We know that they're playing their best football when they are at home, but it's gonna be tough against Atalanta, who, granted, has been all over the place lately. They have only one win in their last 6 games, but they're coming off of a 5-0 win in the Champions League. Against Sturm Graz, I get it, not a hard task to accomplish, but still, I think that might have been a turning point for Atalanta, and I think that Como might suffer in this one.
Como score at home. Atalanta score wherever they want. Both teams to score minus 156. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I'm taking Atalanta on the money line here, Jack. You agree?
Yeah, I do. Como, not a great team. Atalanta, I would say, have declined a little, but the quality's definitely there. So it's Como. So I think Atalanta could go on the road and pick up 3 points.
The last 3 games that we have are in the French League One, guys, and the first one is between Monaco and Rennes. Monaco, very good performance against Aston Villa in the Champions League. I was actually watching that game for, I guess, most of it. Monaco did get a bit lucky in the first half, at the end of the first half, when Ollie Watkins missed a one-on-one sitter with the goalkeeper. And until the end of the game, they were defending well. They got a win, well deserved. Rennes on the other side, on a 4-game losing streak right now, they're just not looking that well, Jack.
Yeah, I think this is a spot where Rennes are probably due a draw. They've had a lot of losses in a row, a couple of wins in there. They haven't drawn a game since October, believe it or not. So look, Monaco played in the week. Maybe their legs are gonna be not 100%, and I think Rennes are a good enough team to secure a point on the road here. I don't think Monaco have been playing great recently. So I think both teams score here, and I'm going with the draw. I'm putting them together at plus 400. This is my PALK pick of the video.
You agree, Kirk?
Don't put that name in your mouth. That's for me. You can come up with something else, Mr. Hexagon. Anyways, I think this game could end 0-0. That's why I'm not taking. I do think it is a draw, but I see a way it's a 0-0 draw just because of how these teams have been scoring lately. So yeah, draw plus 290 for me here.
Yeah, I just couldn't make up my mind whether to go with goals or sides or whatever. I mean, over 8.5 quarters is a fairly low line. It's minus 149, a bit juiced, but it's still set to 8.5. So I decided to go with that. I think that the Red could potentially create a few decent chances in this game. That should get them at least, I want to say, 4 corners, and then Monaco at home should do the rest of the heavy lifting for this one. Strasbourg and Lille. Now, Strasbourg is one of the hottest teams in the French League One right now. They're playing well. They haven't lost in any of their last 7 or 8 games. 7 games. They are scoring goals at home. They're scoring goals on the road, and they're playing against Lille, who seems to have lost some of that defensive stability they had. And they're also coming off of a loss to Liverpool, Kirk, in the Champions League 2-1. Scoring a goal on the road against Liverpool, definitely a nice thing to do, even with a player short on the pitch. But I don't know. How do you feel about this one?
Yeah, change that C to a T in their logo, and they're going to be lost in this game. Strasbourg, they're just so hot right now. I don't see a way they don't get a point out of this one at home. I didn't like the double chance at the juice that I was getting, so I put over 1.5 goals in it. think both teams probably score here in this one as well. So over 1.5 and Strasbourg on the double chance at -109. Pretty solid price.
So, guys, that's a bit of I would say, a same game parlay, unless your books specifically offer that bet separately. So you have to take Strasbourg on the double chance and over 1.5 goals in the game to get that price that Kirk has. I'm going with both teams to score -143. Like you said, I think that Strasbourg is simply playing too well right now. They're too hot not to score a goal against Lille, who played a midweek game in the Champions League. So both teams to score -143 for me, Jack.
Yeah, I'm just going to push this a goal further than Kirk. I think both teams have been involved in a lot of games this season where they've just been in goal fests. They were very good in front of goal. Strasbourg have shown that they're very good in front of goal right now. And I don't think either team are that great defensively. So I think the over at -110, arguably the best over 2.5 of the weekend.
Wow.
Of the
There
weekend.
you go, Kirk.
Wow.
The last pick of the video is PSG and Reims in the French League One, guys. And I don't know who had a better comeback, Barcelona against Benfica, or was it PSG against Manchester City? Down 2-0 and then coming back to 4-2. And I think that was only the second half, if I'm not mistaken. 6 goals in the second half that we saw, which was a brilliant game. They desperately needed that win. They got the job done. And I kind of feel like they're going to be carried by that win in this game as well. Reim, I mean, a decent team, maybe for the middle of the table, but they will certainly not be a threat to PSG in this one, in my opinion. So I'm taking PSG to win and over 2.5 goals at -143, Jack.
Yeah, PSG, the highest scoring French team in the first 15 minutes this season. And, well, I don't see them conceding, if I'm honest. I just think it's safer, just in case, maybe they're 3-0 up in the second half, they get a bit sloppy and concede late. It's certainly possible. So I'm just going to go with a PSG halftime, full time. So they're leading at halftime and win the game at full time. -120, I think, is a fantastic price for all the reasons you said, to be honest, Goran.
What do you like here, Kurt?
Yeah, I think the best player right now in the French league is Bradley Barcola. He's the leading scorer in the league. He looked insane in that comeback. I mean, he scored, set up that Dembele goal. He looks like the next Kylian Mbappe, to be completely honest. Maybe even a higher ceiling, in my opinion. This dude is insane.
I don't interrupt you, but if it was the other way around, you'd interrupt me. So fuck it, I'm going to do it. He's not the highest goal scorer in the league right now, Kirk. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Oh, highest PSG score. Sorry, not yeah.
He's
Highest score.
second. I'll give you that. He's second. Mason Greenwood, unfortunately,
Yeah,
is first.
it's fucking bum boy, sell boy Greenwood over there. Anyways, yeah, he's the leading scorer for PSG. Apologies to everyone. You guys can call me whatever you want. I'll take it. If there's no circle in front of it, I still won't
You're a
respond to it.
square. You're a square, Kirk, okay? You're a square.
I don't see any squares this side of the pond, Mr.
I actually see
Hexagon.
one behind you, I think, to be fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Barcla's something else, man. This dude and Jamie Bino Gittins and Jadon Sancho. I mean, the top 3 wingers right now in the world. And then next up and coming wingers, Julian
Fucking wingers.
Duranville. Julian Duranville. Remember the name. I'm telling you, just remember that name. It's over. Barclay to score.
There you have it, guys. 17 games in this video, and every time we talk about not taking too long to make these long videos, we go longer. This was going to be around 40 minutes.
I said 40
So
minutes.
if it's too much, guys, let us know in the comments. We'll try to get it down to maybe 30 minutes, I suppose. But don't really count on it. And thank you for joining us here, guys. Good luck with all of your bets on Saturday. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.